welcome back to my channel. As you can see here, we've got another vegan based creamer in the game. Lava or lava, I guess there's no accent, so maybe it's just lava, have thrown themselves into the vegan creamer game. 100% vegan, and my favorite claim of all time, froths like a dream. Yeah, we're gonna put that to the test. Again, their whole thing, and this will really set it apart from the others, so that's why I wanted to specifically test this. Their whole thing is they use pili nuts. So I believe that even, yeah, because they're a complete protein. And here are the ingredients. So it's just pili nut milk, coconut cream, faba bean protein. That'll be interesting, and bamboo fiber. We're gonna test it. I'm a little skeptical as to how much pili nuts are gonna have anything like to do with its success, because they're using coconut cream, and coconut creamers like work pretty okay, but they're not, you know, they're not at the top of the game. So we'll see. But yeah, we are going to test this, and of course, as usual, we are going to test this hot, and we are going to test this iced. More than that, we are going to test it frothed, because it apparently froths like a dream. So yeah, let's get on with it. Let's put this to the test. So before we test, this is it on its own. It's a little hard to tell because I can't really tilt the spoon that much. Maybe if I tilt the camera a bit though, you'll be able to see better. It's very, very thin. Like, there's no thickness to this at all, which makes me worrisome, but I want to give it a taste plain. So let's see. Ooh. That is not pleasant, to put it lightly. It actually has that, like, I don't know if it is the pili nut taste. I can't say I've had them by themselves, but the faba bean, like, taste is not, I'm assuming I'm tasting the bean too. I don't like that at all. So, okay, I'm going to measure it out, how much I'm putting into my iced coffee. So I shook this, doesn't really get much froth. So 1, 2, we'll start with 2 because it looks like it is changing color. Oh wow. Ooh, I'll show you though, there's separation, which is never great. Do you see that? That's, well, it's too bright. That's not great. This is not great at all. Okay. I'm gonna add a little bit more to see if I can get any more color. It did like make it a little less, but not a ton. No. Okay, so this is kind of reminiscent of the Califia Farms one from ages ago, where it just doesn't really ever give your coffee that velvety light look and feel. So let's give this a taste. Sadly, it just tastes like my coffee is black. So iced is kind of a no-go, and so far I'm really not loving that separated texture. It's just so bizarre. Okay, now on to hot. Here is our hot coffee. I'm going to again start with 2 teaspoons. I don't know how much I can put maybe if I tilt this. Okay. That does seem a little better than iced, but I hope it's translating on camera. It's still causing this weird separation. I'm not a fan. But, okay. Let's add another one for good measure like we did with the iced. I think, honestly, it's looking a little bit lighter than the iced coffee. So, I think if anything, it does react a little bit better in hot. But you can see on my spoon, that's kind of gross. That would, you know, be like if a creamer like separated or like curdled. So, all right, let's give it a taste. Ooh. Yeah, guys, that's a no from me. It's very strainy tasting while simultaneously watering down my coffee. Ooh, it's just not, that's not pleasant. And this is just a plain Peruvian blend coffee. There's nothing fancy to it. There's no flavor. And it is just giving it this weird background note and aftertaste that's like I said, strained tasting, and I don't know, just not good. Okay, so that's kind of been a flop for iced and hot. Not looking great so far, but let's see how it does frothed. Maybe if you weren't to put it in your coffee, if you were just going to top it with a foam, it'll work that way. So let's bust out my Nespresso frother and put it to work. It is finished frothing. There are bubbles. Oh, wow. Wow. That is like a meringue. Holy. That's insane. I mean, listen, I will give it to them. This is even better than Oatly, okay? Which, as you've known, if you've watched my previous videos, which I'll leave up in the cards, Oatly is like top contender, but this is like shampoo, and it doesn't matter how far I go, like even usually you get like the foam, you get like the steamed milk at the bottom and then like the milk foam. There's not too much of like runny steamed milk at the bottom. It's mostly milk foam. Okay, let's give it a taste like this. Okay, this foamed makes the taste a little more tolerable. It kind of compares to nut pods in the way that because this is unsweetened and just a generic, like just a plain milk, that's really kind of what it just tastes like with the foam. It's just like an unsweetened milk foam, but it doesn't have that weird like bean taste I was tasting when it was just in hot or iced. So, okay, let's get this on some coffee. I don't even think I need to use tons. Okay, if I swirl it, it does start to break down pretty quickly. I think even a little more quickly than an Oatly foam. But let's give it a taste like this. Okay, doesn't affect the coffee at all. Now I do want to like stir it in, you know, when you get to that point of a latte where you just kind of stir it. Because now I want to see if it still affects the coffee taste. So let's taste this. Yeah, okay. So by stirring it into the coffee like this, even though the coffee does still seem remotely unharmed, it immediately gets that weird flavor that was happening in the hot and iced. So that's not great, and it leaves me a little confused about this whole situation, honestly. I really had high hopes, and listen, I've got to say, they said it froths like a dream. They have undoubtedly, 1000%, unmistakably achieved that. Blows everything else out of the water. This kind of foam, where it can like stand on its own, I've rarely ever encountered that. Yes, you can like get Oatly to that whipped state, but I mean, this is pretty incredible. So I will give them that. But as far as like, you know, you're going to be wanting to dump this in your coffee. You're not just going to be, who's just going to be putting foam for show? I guess if you were a latte artist, this would be perfect. But I just don't think it's practical for like the everyday coffee drinker. I mean, unless you can really get past the pili nut and the faba bean taste. I do just want to check that's what it is again. Yeah, faba bean. I mean, if you can get past that taste, I guess this would work for you. But to me, it doesn't make your coffee any creamy, dreamy texture. It doesn't give you that luscious mouthfeel where you feel like, you know, even just, you can see with my spoon here, even just like trying to mix it here. My coffee is still like thin, watery, like nothing important. It just doesn't do it for me, especially when, as you can see from my previous videos, there are so many other better creamers on the market, or even just oat milk to compete with. And again, oat milk you can still get in a huge container. And while I will give this props too for being, for being 16 ounces, because I did complain that Nut Pods only gives you a small amount. I like that this comes in a bigger container. But is it worth it when you've got this much to use and it's not really doing anything for your coffee? So I'm not sure. I wouldn't repurchase this. Let's put it that way. I don't think this is, I think even though it froths like a dream, it's not a contender. I would rather just get Oatly, which I know tastes amazing, or Nut Pods, which tastes fantastic, or Muala, which tastes fantastic. Like, again, possibilities are endless. I don't think this is a possibility. Sorry to say. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up, and while you're at it, hit the subscribe button and the notification bell, and I will see you all next time. Bye!